hello galactic family. Let those who have inner eyes and inner knowledge, understand. That those who have inner ears and are tuned in, listen. May those who are aware enough to understand this message understand. The soul is always conscious and is always programmed to touch/explore the central sun where it is originally created. The omni-universe, the infinity of creation and the cosmos is in a massive flow now as it is busy reinventing itself, and therefore the Milky Way is returning to its original position under the great seventh central sun, and with it also Andromeda. This is affecting the Earth as part of the solar system within the Great Milky Way galaxy and its opposite, which is known cosmically as Melchior. This massive change is therefore activating certain stargates on Earth, which have been inactive for billions of years, since the first civilization that began here. At that time, everything was in the seventh dimension and in tune with the seventh central Sunday, the sun of enlightenment, and therefore keeping the flames of enlightenment, and all the higher almighty omnipotent keys and codes of enlightenment, and the higher states of cosmic consciousness and energy fields of superconsciousness. The energy fields of superconsciousness are programmed to carry the keys and codes of all life, forms of life and consciousness, and therefore to maintain life, and is conscious. They connect directly with the co-creative energy force of the divine, as well as hold within the divine masculine and divine masculine, and the flames of enlightenment that are created as they merge as one, to create cosmically. The illuminated state of being and consciousness is the highest evolutionary state of being and is therefore that of enlightenment itself. It expands to the divine consciousness and therefore is always expanding upon itself. The consciousness of each planet within each system of galaxies or stars is programmed according to the energies and fields of superconsciousness as it is maintained in the central sun to which they were originally programmed to belong before the wars of heaven had blown over some galaxies and great chaos reign. Thus, through the Milky Way, all energy fields and energy systems of planet Earth have been carefully programmed to adhere to and thus react to the seventh central sun and the energy fields of superconsciousness. Encoded within the Earth, when it was created, the first co-creators then created energy systems and energy fields, which when fully activated would keep not only the keys and codes of illumination and the flames of enlightenment but also keep the codes of all life, and forms of life, on the planet and therefore acts as a vast network of conscious energy fields, working in conjunction with the Milky Way galaxies and the seventh central sun. I am sharing this today mainly because I have been working intensively with these collective conscious energy fields in recent years and in the process have gained a great deal of respect for the infinite core of intelligent awareness of such fields. Divine omnipotence literally lives, breathes, sings, projects, expands, creates, etc. through these fields and from the 12 to 24 great central suns. Each central sun is fully conscious and therefore programmed to keep certain collective keys and codes for the rest of creation. Thus, each central sun will function in a unique way, storing, creating, recreating and thus feeding or expanding, or creating energy fields, according to the knowledge, technology and advanced energy systems it contains. It is a central cube and holds the sun disks of enlightened knowledge, as well as the core of the infinite knowledge of all that is and being created. The human mind cannot sustain this information, because it closed 3/4 of its mental capacity when Atlantis fell, by the abuse of the powers of the mind. In the process, so much capacity of the human mind to comprehend such huge conscious energy fields was intentionally closed, while it sank lower than the animal kingdom, and now it had to go through the evolutionary process again, to grow in consciousness, and finally to be able to cross the barriers that separate the fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh dimensional states of being. In the beginning, when all these energy fields were established and activated, the planet was in the seventh dimensional state, and therefore the level of consciousness was far above anything we can imagine now. That is why it is necessary to reconnect to the soul and soul groups in order to finally start working with these fields and not having the mind go into distortion and therefore short circuit. The soul is always conscious, and is always programmed to touch/explore the central sun where it is originally created. Where the origin of the soul is galactic and cosmic, where the keys and codes are found and, therefore, it accesses to what was programmed by its galaxy of origin. Each galaxy, in turn, was programmed and created by the central sun to which it belongs, but there are also other factors that enter into the equation. Each galaxy is programmed to be cosmetically tuned to the central sun to which it belongs, just as it was originally created. This will be the ability to work with the energy fields of superconsciousness and all the immense knowledge and storage of knowledge from the field of energy, technology and divine knowledge that was created to contain it. With each galaxy, solar systems are tuned into the galaxy to which it belongs, and each planet within that system is programmed to tune the solar system and then through it to the galaxy and thence to the central sun to which it belongs. The soul that was first created within these galaxies belonging to a certain central sun will be created to be tuned to the same central sun through its home galaxy. With this the soul has its own tonal chord, sound frequency and its own rays of colors. This essentially means that the soul can tune through its transmitters of the higher soul in the higher systems, since each soul has unique keys and codes coded within it to be able to do so. This is a very important thing to understand with the massive changes of consciousness we have now and the planetary and galaxy shift. We need to reconnect to our own soul so we can explore the vastness of the energy fields of consciousness. If we are not tuned in, we will not be able to communicate cosmically, since communication systems are different from what humans can use and create today. Your soul, in fact, is cosmetically created to have its own set of communication systems already in place. Just forget how to use these systems, and more than that, how to amplify the communication systems via our own planet, our own galaxy and our soul birth galaxy, and then tune into the central sun to which it belongs. Hence, the planet is now consciously tuning in and returning to its original state. Therefore, by advancing Earth into a higher frequency band and becoming more and again cosmically reactivated, humans will not be able to sustain life on it unless they move with it to the high dimensional state. Change must come from the soul, from the heart and then from the mind. There is a hidden order for this, which few people understand. The limited mind cannot go where the soul can. The mind is finite and the soul is infinite. Therein lies the central key for the understanding of all life in the omni-universe. Whoever tries to settle the consciousness of the soul out of anything, is only a short circuit in itself. Infinite wisdom lies in the understanding that unless we consciously begin to tune in and consciously allow for the opening of our higher transmitting abilities and greater reconnection to the seventh central sun to which we originally belong, we will not be able to assimilate the energy changes now happening and seeing. May those who have inner eyes and inner knowledge understand. That those who have inner ears and are tuned in, listen. May those who are aware enough to understand this message understand.